Looks like I'm live. What we got there? Somebody just popped in. It's not showing you number. Yeshua. Hey, hello. Give me a second. Just set up. This is a little bit different format. We actually like set a fire up. We actually actually have notes and I talk and everything. Thanks for just showing in. I know you're a brand new subscriber. Thank you. Give me a second. I'm actually outdoors and I can't see a lot of stuff because it's so dark. So I use another phone to monitor the chat with. If you give me a 1 second. Add account. No, I don't want to add an account. Crazy. No, just come on, YouTube. Thank you. Your channel. What do we got here? And then that one. All right, there we go. And now I have a chat. Yay! Because it only pops up on the screen like for 10 seconds. All right. Well, it looks, I got 3 people already. I guess we need to get the party started. I'm going to go ahead and get the fire started, and we'll go from there. I don't know exactly what you can see, but basically I got a ton of firewood set to the side. I'm trying to get my camera in the right spot here. Where are we at here? Window Liquor. Hey, man. Nice to see you again. All right, here we go. I'm also going to be making some, once we get a little bit better light, you can't really see it. I'm also going to be making some char cloth, too, for tomorrow's fire, if the weather holds out. All right, let's get this fire started. Lots and lots and lots of wood. All right. And I got rid of all that wood from yesterday. It just wasn't seasoned long enough. Not yet. That's too much. That's not enough. All right. All right. You know what? I forgot one thing. I'll be right back. All right. There we go. I'll throw that in there. That makes everyone happy. I'm gonna whip out the old fireball. I wish there was more light. I make these. They take you, you can make over 100 of them for $3. Slice, slice, bend. Look, come here, you. And then a slice again. Someone is sending me messages. I'm going to flick this up a little bit, make it all puffy. And just like that. That's how well it works. Then now you actually have something to hold on to. And you just get it down inside your base, and it just lit up real fast. That's good. There we go. There we go. All right. I found a whole tree of fatwood yesterday. I'm going to use that to make sure I've got a good fire going. There we go. All right. And as usual, we'll make me some coffee. Oh, yeah. Now we got some light going there. The camera looks much better. All right. Who was talking while I was gone? What do we got here? Window Liquor. What's up, buddy? Yeah. I can't say that right. I know that means like Jesus or something, but Yeshua. North Korea recently received hypersonic missiles from Russia. Yep, that happened. Ooh, got a little fire going on here. Guys, I got like 5 pages worth of notes. Okay, now that we got some So everybody talks about the, while I still got all this bright light, I use, and I haven't done this in a while, that's why it's brand new, these vitamins. And I use this to make my my char cloth with. And the reason I do that is because it slides right open. And you take a bunch of just regular old 100%, it's got to be 100% cotton. And I just basically cut off like an end of it, fold it, snip, snip, and then pop it inside the can. And when I get some coals there, I'm going to turn this into char cloth for the next fire. Yeah, told you I wasn't taking any chances. Damn, it's hot. That is hot. I'm going to throw some bigger stuff on it since it's so hot. And that should make our coals. Oh yeah, that should make our coals. What do we got here? All right, so what's Window Lurker saying here? Can't type too much. I'm traveling home, but I'll be here in about 20 minutes. I'll be more active then. Yeah, that's cool, man. Hey, and listen, even voice to text doesn't work super duper well. There's many a times I have to tell people that I listen. I'm using voice to text, so if I say something weird, it wasn't me, it was Google. I need to get that pole before I can use it. Oh yeah, this is gonna make some nice coals. I'll be putting some heavier stuff on here in a second. Then we'll be able to talk and make some coffee. Oh yeah, this is looking good. I'm liking that. Nice. There we go. Oh yeah, it's pretty. Now we got a pretty fire going. All right. Yeah. It's almost done. I guess I can stick that char cloth in there already. I've been trying not to forget about it. Whoop. Just like that. I got some tongs this time. I need to get out to the Dollar Tree. There we go. All right. Get some El Cheapos in case I roast one of them. Oh, my chat screwed up. What do we got here? The Democrats are planning on removing Harris from the vice president position. It's very possible. That's very possible. I mean, there was some warning shots, like political warning shots, last week. And then apparently this week they are trying to distance themselves. You ever notice that it's like the president's always like talking and she's never around, and then mysteriously yes, it was on the news today. And then mysteriously she started showing up to all these events where she wouldn't normally be. And then there was that one where they failed to identify her by name. They just said the vice president. Even though they gave the name of the president and the person that he was speaking with. So there was that. But yeah, I 100% completely believe that they're trying to distance themselves from her. I don't know why. That's the weird thing. It's not logical. It's not logical because that was the big play in the very beginning. Get the senile guy in there, and then basically when he starts to spin around and act stupid, then they can just say, hey, you're senile, you're unfit, and she can step in. And then we all know her agenda from her past. Excuse me 1 second, my dog ran into the woods. Penny! Penny, come. Good girl. Okay, yeah, my dog's name is Penny. She's a trained Walker Coonhound, and she is a special needs dog. Special needs, as in, yes, you know what I'm talking about that. Let's see. Okay, so we got a fire going. I'm making some char cloth over there. Looks like my can is getting pretty hot. which is perfect. What do we got? I got my water. Where's my water at? Got my steel water jug. Got it at the yard sale for $1. It's even got a sippy cap on it. I got it filled all the way to the top. So it's going to take a while to boil to make that coffee. And for those new people that you don't know, I make coffee. Yeah. I'm going to stick you right. I'm going to stick you right there. Let me move that stick. God, that fire's hot. This is the biggest fire we've had so far, guys. I'm going to have to let it cook down just a little bit. Because I can't even barely reach in there. I'm going to try. Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay. So char cloth and water boiling. Woohoo! All right, what do we got here? News. All right, not news, but my notes. Oh, I got my notes. I got like 5 pages of notes for today. All right, so if you're new to the channel, and I follow the good, bad, and the ugly genre, and for this video, it's kind of mixed up, but because I had some admin notes that popped in. It was, where are we at here? Where are we at? Oh, that's not it. Yeah, it is. Okay. Where's it at? All right, anyway, I'll come to it. Let's just get on the first page. Where are we at here? KSM69, one of my subscribers. Bumblebee tuna salad. Yeah, I wanted to let you know that YouTube had blocked your comment. I'm thinking it because it had the link in it. It's possible, but I get other guys that put links in too. I think maybe it was just because it was such a long link. What I'd also ask everybody to do is to check their subscription status. Make sure that you've got that bell pinged, because YouTube is dropping subscribers from prepper channels. It's basically anybody. The Economic Ninja is having a real problem with it, where people are getting unsubbed from his YouTube channel, and then there are several others that are in the prepper community that are getting unsubbed as well. All right, let's see here. Above check subscriptions, and SKM69 on that Bumblebee tuna salad. The only thing that makes me cautious about using that as a prep, I would say that that's probably a short-term prep. Penny, no. Penny, no. Her nose gets her in so much trouble. I don't think she understands that the leaves make noise. But the one thing that caught my eye on that was the if you guys didn't know it, you can buy actually like little cans of tuna, but it's not tuna, it's tuna salad. And it's in a can, so it's going to have a shelf life. But the only thing that worried me was the fact that they actually say it has mayonnaise on it. Not like the oil or ingredients for mayonnaise, but actually mayonnaise. So I would look at that as a short-term prep. That's something to eat and rotate. Looks like my water's trying to tip over. But other than that, it sounds scrumptious. It sounds scrumptious. I need to check. Where's in my pockets? I'm a little scatterbrained Jane right now. I spent a couple hours preparing for this stream, just getting everything. If you've seen the original ones where we do this outside, I'm running all over the place and losing my damn mind over everything. And I was like, I'm going to get everything together. And sure as anything, I forgot a few things. But I think I'm okay now. I think I'm okay. All right. Let's see. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen. She's basically no one in the news is talking about this, but I don't know if you remember. I made some videos back earlier about the budget And because if you don't know, I prep for economic collapse, and the budget is a big thing for me because the longer they kick the can down the road, the worse off it gets. So the Secretary of Treasury, Janet Yellen, has stated had originally had a deadline of December 3rd. Hey, Thorne, um, to basically the government would be out of money. But now she has come out today and said that, we've looked at it a little harder and we can go to December 15th. So December 15th is the alleged hard date. And then I also heard the Senate talking today about kicking the can down the road again with another binding resolution to give us more time, basically spend another $300 billion or something like that. But if they don't pull it off by December 15th, we could be looking at another government shutdown. How it affects some of the guys, I know we've got a couple of guys that are that work for the government, and it's all possible. So, what's window liquor? At least the last stoplight now, the gauntlet from the fire pit works nicely. Love it, man. I love it. Let me see if I read that right. At the last stoplight now, the gauntlet through the county, through the country, that fire pit looks like works nicely. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bought that last year. And unfortunately, the bottom's starting to rust out of it, so I need to find a plate to put in the bottom of it. But it is what it is. It is what it is. What's Thorne say? Removing Harris from VP would be the smartest thing I have seen Dems do in a long time. Rolling coal, she's humming. Gotcha. Yeah, Thorne. It's kind of a double-edged sword. So, if they remove her, first of all, here's the thing. She's an elected official. How do they remove her? They can't just say, you're not the vice president anymore. They're lefties. They'll try that crap. But the reality is that unless she steps down for the good of the party, and you guys know I try to stay positive, she's not going anywhere. She isn't doing anything anyway. The 25th Amendment. Yeah, Yeshia, I'm tracking with you. I'm completely tracking with you. But you have to get every single nutbag on the left to agree to that. It's kind of hard to that's why the Constitution was written the way it was. That's why those amendments were written the way they were, so that they couldn't just do it willy-nilly. But if it was that easy, they'd have got rid of frickin' Trump, right? Food for thought. So I think it's normally in situations like this, they try to basically say, step down for the good of the party. That's how they normally try to get rid of him. Any other type of power play normally blows up in their face. That's all you guys want to talk about is the vice president. I thought we all hated her. Oh, yeah, water's boiling. Water's boiling. Got to get that water now. All right. And let's put a little bit more on there. Keep those coals going. Let's see what that does. All right. Just laugh out loud. We do hate her. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, why now? Why is there such an effort now to get rid of her? Is she because she's just being seen as doing nothing? What do they really expect her to do? She's a vice president. She's just in charge of frickin' space stuff. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. All right. So, where's my notes? Oh yeah, we got some fire going. That's a yeah. No, I'm not a pyro. It's just fires are cool. All right, and it makes it easier to read. What do we got here? Back to Treasury Secretary Yellen. And, oh, by the way, not only would there be a government shutdown, but a possible default. Not good. Not good. People are typing stuff. What do we got here? Thorne. She piggybacked on someone else's ticket rather than elected. The best move is to get Biden to step down due to popularity. Well, that's not going to work. He's got a 38%, 37% approval rating. Her approval rating is in the 20s. No. Let's see here. But Harris is just as unpopular. There we go. Best move to get her to step down first, then Biden to step down. And then what? What's your end game here, Thorne? Penny! Penny! Penny, come. I think, unfortunately, guys, I'm going to have to drag her inside real quick. And then she can just hang out on the couch. Penny, come. Because it's getting old real fast. I'm sure you guys are tired of me yelling, too. Penny, come here. It'll take me half a second, guys. All right, sorry about that. All right, where were we? Okay. All right, Yeshia says if we default, China knows we can't pay them, so they will strike first. I don't know. And I'll tell you why here in a second. Thorne says put someone in the can, save her party, otherwise they'll will with the ship. Back on the Harris issue. Here's the key thing. They don't care. We all have to realize when you start to play in their mental mind games, you keep forgetting that everything that they say is the exact opposite of what they're going to do. That's the first rule. The second rule is they're in power. They don't care. They don't care. Let me say it one more time. They don't care what people think. So, using logic does not work on these people. Swear to God, I feel like I'm melting my jacket. That fire is so hot. Yesterday's fire sucked. Had to work way too hard. And then there was another comment from Yeshia there. Where are we at here? Default, China knows we pay them, so they will strike first. So here's the thing, Yeshia. It's what you're saying is logical. It's very logical. Okay. Now here's the problem. If we don't buy all their stuff, who will? We're the consumers. Flip the coin. If we were to attack them, where would we get all their stuff? They're the producers. So it's not beneficial whatsoever. That Cold War mentality doesn't work. You know, people are kind of getting stuck on, and I purposely didn't put that in my notes, but since it's been brought up a few times, it doesn't matter. And here's why. Because from launch detection to first impact is 31 minutes. Please tell me what you're going to do in 31 minutes. Pray that you're not within the impact area, which is basically hundreds of miles. I know these things. Those of you that are new, I've done my time with the Department of Defense. I know a few things. So the fact that they could get here in 12 minutes, does it really matter? We've been streaming for 24 minutes and 52 seconds. So say 25 minutes. So literally, if they launched in the amount of time, you'd literally have 6 minutes. What are you going to do with 6 minutes of your life? Make the best of it, I hope. But do you really think anything short of emergency broadcast information coming over your TV and internet and airwaves saying shelter in place, because that's all they're going to do. There's no plan. There's no plan to get under desks. So that speed, that time, that ability to first strike weapon that everybody keeps playing on really means absolutely nothing. What do we got here? China housing economy is crumbling. They're going bankrupt, so China has no option other than war. Hey, it's very true. War does fix economies. But war only fixes economies that are fixable. I'm sorry, that are not fixable. And here's why. Every time we've gone to war over oil or a supposed terrorist in a country that really wasn't there, or whatever, we can't fix ourselves because we don't have an industrial base. All the industry stuff is outside of our country. Now, we could do that again. We could start building things again. You know, people are like, oh, the minerals, and I'm going to talk about that's actually one of my notes. We have mineral deposits. We have steel. We have iron ore. We have all the stuff in this country that we could dig up, but we're not allowed to do it because of all the regulations. We just keep buying everybody else's stuff. I think it's like an end game thing that the government thinks that they have, where we're just use everybody else's stuff, and then when they're all out, we're going to be kings. And that's only going to take about 3,000 years. Hell, Mexico has got some of the most discovered and largest silver mines on the planet. You know, so it's all coming around. It's all coming around. It's like my log is lit. That char is not smoking. I'm just going to let it burn. All right. Here we go. I made it. All right. Good job, window licker. What do we got here? What do we got here? Above. Hey, above, I had a message for you. Shit, above's probably gone already. This damn chat is moving too fast. Stop to show more support. Hope is all well. Brace for impact. Damn, above, I had a message for you. There's something that happened in the chat today that was directly affected you. Oh, that's right. I was looking for that. Also, Miss Tiffany 96 and Grow with the Flow 13. Welcome aboard. Southern Prepper. All right, damn it. Where's that message to above? My notes. I really need to like rewrite my notes. Is what I really need to do. Because they're really bad. I'm not going to go run off and rewrite my notes, guys. Don't give them any ideas. We need the limits and means of checks and balances. Very true. Very true. Even worse, nasty. Pelosi will be president. Oh my God, that would be like really, 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 really bad. Above, I'll figure out what the note is when I get down through my notes, and I guess I'll say something or something. Where are we at here? Where are we at here? Every worse, nasty. Pelosi. We need term limits and means of checks and balances. Very true. Very true. You know, everybody talks about the Great Reset. I honestly think we need to get back to the rule of law, constitutional values. And the reason I say that is not because I guess I'm a constitutionalist, but I say that because people are just not following the laws. Even the Republicans break the law all the damn time. They're the only ones that are getting friggin' caught up in it, though, which is so stupid. This is an all-out war on democracy. And yes, I know we're a democratic republic. I completely understand that. But it's all-out war. If up is down, left is right, blue is black, you know, purple is white, you know, it's a little crazy. Scary, isn't it? No, I don't get scared. Where are we at here? Don't or Don. There we go. Window liquor. Don't give them any nasty ideas. The rule of law in this country is a joke at this point. Very true, Thorne. Very true. Um, I honestly, I tell you what, it's like all these armchair quarterbacks. I'm going to play armchair quarterback for a second. If we shut down the media, all these problems would probably go away. If we could get the media under control, all these problems would go away. If you just look at everything, you say, I'm waiting for the crap to hit the fan. Yeah, well, a lot of people are. A lot of people are. And, I think this is all about what we're doing now. I think is all about listening to the right people, because I have a problem with a lot of the other preppers on YouTube. There's a couple that are good to go. They're just people. They're just talking. They're just showing you their stuff, giving you advice, answering your questions. Because that's what this is really all about. I'm not here for your entertainment. I'm here because I'm trying to help people. And I hope that I'm that transparent. God, that's a lefty word I hate. But I hope that I can actually do that. I feel like I can. That's why you'll see a lot of my like my YouTube posts, because I know a lot of you don't do like Facebook or Twitter, but I know you do YouTube. And so I'll put like posts out letting you know what's going on or what I'm thinking, or I'm asking you a question that is going to make you think, and then that sparks the conversation. That builds the discord so that we can actually learn from each other. Because I learn new stuff all the damn time. People look at me and it's like, well, you did this and you did that and you're accomplished. It's like, yeah, but I never stopped learning, which is a great part of my life. And I think that other people should be the same exact way. And I know everybody's got a different life, but there's still no reason to not keep learning. Everything that I do, all of my notes, I'm learning, This isn't a YouTube channel for me. This is actually something I'm enjoying, and I'm trying to help people. I've been a teacher for years, a different kind of teacher, but I was a teacher nonetheless. Let's see here. Someone chatted. What do we got? I really wish I knew how to make my chat bigger on my phone. That would be great. All right, here we go. You see, I'm an Army combat veteran, and I've been warning my family and my friends for the past 15 years of these things that are happening today. Okay, so you've seen some shit, bro. We've probably chewed the same dirt at different times. And I can appreciate that, because there was a guy on here last week named Ron who was losing his damn mind over what was going on, and I feel like I had to talk him off the ledge, and so that's what I'm trying to do, I think that the people who are veterans, regardless of service, regardless of time, as long as they served honorably, Iraq 2007. Oh yeah, I got you, bro. They have knowledge, and they have an intuition and understanding of what a really bad place looks and feels like. I got to put something on this fire. I'm going to try some of this other wood and see what happens with that. Anyway, and so if they can control it, they can teach people with that knowledge. They can make them understand that there are worse places than this. And they can help them to get focused. That's what this really comes down to. Because most people who are preppers they're shotgunning the hell out of everything. They're just trying to cover all their bases as quickly as possible within their financial means. That's the biggest problem with prepping. Under the gun prepping, like we are now, like that feeling that we're getting every day of how bad things are getting. It seems like every day. All right, that cigar's done. I don't know why these are not burning right. I'm gonna have to talk to anybody got stock in Swisher Sweets. You need to talk to them. Their cigars are not burning right these days. All right, I'm gonna check the chat real quick. Iraq 2007. Yep. Yep. I think that was OIF deployment 6 tax 6 tax 07. There you go. Yeah, a lot of people don't know this, but I actually have. If anybody you heard about the Gold Star families, thank God I wasn't that, but I actually used to drive around with three blue stars on my vehicle, if you know what that means. Okay, let's see here. Interesting information, economic type stuff. Michael Burry, if you don't know who he is the movie The Big Short, the guy who figured it all out. That's Michael Burry, and he has basically nuked his portfolio. He has basically said, "I'm selling all this stuff," and he started buying some weird stuff, but he literally sold almost all of his portfolio off. So what's that telling you when one of the smartest guys in the entire world as far as markets go is getting out of the market? Food for thought. Bail-ins. They're talking about bail-ins again. Ninja did another video on bail-ins, and there's a couple more articles out there that are starting to float around about banks using your money to stay solvent. So, no, I'm not a financial advisor, and what I am doing is only leaving as much money as I can in the bank to pay off my auto pay. That's it. Everything else is coming out of the bank. It's all in cash. It's protected by Smith & Wesson, and it's underneath my mattress. So if you're dumb enough to come get it, then make sure you have an insurance policy with my name on it so that I can get rich. Let's see. Big news actually today. So here's the funny thing. It's big news today, but it wasn't yesterday when it actually happened. So the CDC, the mandate got challenged in the Sixth Circuit Court. They're moving forward. The judges have not been picked. The location has not been picked, but 11 of the 15 judges that are in that circuit were appointed by a Republican president. Yeah. So things could be looking up. And a lighter note, the CDC announced today that they are going to cease pushing the OSHA mandate until after all of the litigation has been completed. So basically, and I watched the COVID brief today, the daily presidential COVID brief. I watched that today. It was a joke, and they didn't push it even once. They're just like, yes, just get vaccinated, guys. Just do it. It's so good for you. And I've got some data on that too, which was kind of interesting. They just kind of went smooth right over the hard data. What do we got here? Okay, we already covered that. Oh yeah, there was also a note today of the U.S. reduces the strategic petroleum reserve by 3.2 million barrels. It's the lowest since 2004. What does that mean? That means that they're trying to get more oil or petroleum to where we can use it. They're not storing as much of it. Could they be full? I doubt it. I mean, we're constantly rotating it. It's a product that has to be rotated. It can't just stay for 100 years in these barrels, which is ironic because it came out of the ground and was thousands of years old. But yeah, that's an economic indicator. All right, what do we got? Somebody just chatted at me here. What do we got here? All I know is when Martha Stewart bails out on a stock, you should too. Hey, listen, man. there's certain people that you watch. There's certain people that you pay attention to in every environment of the world. And when that person moves, you follow them. Why? Because they have a track record of making good decisions. So that could be an awesome indicator of Martha Stewart dumping her stock. Okay, Yoshia says, all these politicians in Congress have sold their souls for money and power. They are all corrupt traitors to the nation. They don't follow the Constitution. I would say you're probably 90% correct on that one, Yoshia. And I really hope I'm saying that right. I'm gonna have to look that up later. I'm gonna have Google Translate tell me how to pronounce it the correct way. Yes, I know it's biblical, but anyway, at least I think it is. But anyway, I would say that there's like 10% of the politicians that are up there on Capitol Hill are trying to do something good. You know, I mean, I'm not buying for a second that that Democrat from West Virginia, if you guys can remember his name, post it in the chat for me, is selling anybody out. He's trying to look out for his state, his constituents, and he's also trying to look out for the nation because he is the one who stopped the $3.5 trillion spending bill that they're trying to send up without a score of actual, like, what it's really estimated to cost. So if there's one good person, you can find another good person. Staying positive. Staying positive. What do we got here? We talked about... Oh, did you guys hear? The Gulf of Mexico is for sale. Yeah, no joke. So, it was either yesterday or today. The administration has said that they're basically selling, what is it? I think it's 80 million acres for oil exploration in the Gulf of Mexico. Now, this instantly pissed off all the lefties and the climate change people. And ironically, 2 days ago, he literally just walked out of the climate change summit saying, we're going to really make everything green. And then they're going to sell 800 million acres. So what's that telling you? What's that telling you? Well, here's what it tells me. It tells me that they're looking for any way possible to put money in their coffers because they know all this is going to blow up in their face. They know this is all going to blow up in their face. They need money so they can push their agenda, so they can make all their stupid little programs be paid for by something else. The other question is, wait a minute, you just walked out of the climate summit. You just said we're going to do all this crazy stuff to make everything green. We're going to fix carbon. We're going to go with zero emissions. We're going to do all this crazy stuff. And, now you want oil exploration. So it really pissed off a lot of people. China is probably going to buy it. That's my third option. He plans on selling it to the highest bidder, and that highest bidder will buy that land. What's worse than that, now that I think about it, well, you already owe us $100 trillion, so we'll just take that. We'll take whatever the cost is, that in trade. The money's not real anyway. It's all just digits. It's all just zeros and ones on a spreadsheet someplace, in a computer, in a closet. Hint, hint. Anyway, so yeah, that's possible. 130 trillion. There you go. Sold. Now do whatever you want to do off the coast. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. If you look at the map, they basically just draw a big arc and square, like a square on the corner bottoms, and then arc around the coast, showing the land that the mass that the acreage that they're selling. So it's pretty interesting, but also scary as hell too. You know what? I made my water, never made my coffee. I just realized it. For all the newcomers, I use this little gadget right here. And then when I put the water in there, there's already beans inside here. I ground my own beans. And I let that steep for a little while, and then I put it on top of the cup, and instant coffee. But it's yummy, and it's real. All right, what do we got here? I need a rag. I'm going to fill that up. I'll let that steep over here. There we go. And I'll have coffee soon enough. What do we got? Not sure what they mean by selling for exploration. I'm familiar with how to get Gulf oil fields are divided up into grids. They showed the map, and basically they just mapped out a specific area. It's probably in grids. They probably, you have to buy 25 parsecs or some crap like that. Parsec. Did it say parsec? Isn't that Star Wars or something? Let's see here. Probably make it into man-made island and make it into a base like China has done, all in the South China Sea. I doubt it. I mean, that's you're kind of reaching there, Yoshia. And the reason I say that is not to be facetious. It's because when they sell something, they probably identify the purpose of the sale, and it can only be used for this and that and the other thing. It'll probably have something in it saying you cannot make man-made islands, and the second they start doing that, then it's World War III and it's all over anyway. So, money is worth nothing. It's about your time is what matters. Exactly. What the hell is that noise? Somebody's playing some loud-ass music. And I've got 20 acres behind me. That is loud. Wow. Okay. Yeah, it's all about your time. Your time is money. I mean, that's what they're paying for anyway. That's why they give you money, for your time. Your time, your skill, your effort. That's what they're giving it to you for. What do we got here? Let's see. I have navigated the Gulf oil fields by block address before. Pull up an oil rig, get its number off the side, then look the grid number on the map, and you know about where you are. Oh, there you go. Cool. China doesn't care. They do what they want. There's some truth to that. But have you ever noticed that when it comes to building an island someplace, it's always someplace where nobody can actually say anything about it. So, oh shit, I got the sent you an email. Don't know if you got it. Yes, I did. The unapologetic prepper guys just dropped in and said, hey back. I did. I've just been super busy today. I had to work the chickens, had to plant the potatoes, had to go track down soil that I don't own because everything around me is apparently nothing but roots. Yeah. But no, I'm gonna reply to you, and I think we're gonna do something. The big problem that I have is that, oddly enough, because I'm using my phone to do all this work, is the internet that might be required to do a joint stream. Yeah, definitely, bro. Definitely. Matter of fact, unapologetic prepper, do me a favor, get the Wire app and whatchamacallit, look for local prepper, all one word, and you can connect with me that way, and then we can start chatting away like it's cool. And if you want to, I'll drop you into the prepper chat that this group actually goes to talk. It's kind of a community-based thing, but it's secure. It's out of Sweden, and people seem to love it. Where are we at? I don't know what that is, but I'm guessing that's a heart or what is that? It's a heart tornado, or is that a pizza? Or a shot? Oh, it's a shaka brat. There you go. Yeah, I did my time on the waves. Long time ago. Okay. So what else we got going on here? Let's see. Coffee's still steeping. Fire's still putting out a lot of heat. It's kind of dark, but it's still making a lot of heat. I really ought to get that char cloth out of there. Because I honestly don't know, because it never smoked. That was the key. That was the thing. Let me dig that out. Maybe let it cool off, and then we'll look inside, or I'll try and look, and if not, we'll put it back in. Well, it burned good. That one's gonna go up big time. Let's see what those guys do. I'm gonna move you over cha. There we go. Oh look, we have flames. All right. Someone's chatting here. What do we got? Okay, so Thorne, from the news, Biden. Yes, Biden is offering oil companies leases to drill in the Gulf of Mexico. So it's leases they are selling. There we go. Yoshia, did you hear how Joe Obama, I mean, Joe Stutter, I mean, he said he won't protect when China invades. He said he won't protect them. Oh, Taiwan. Yeah, I caught that. You know, that was very like, they did that shit on Twitter. Basically, they said it was something super simple like, we're just going to leave them to their own demise, is what it really came down to, you know? I rake my leaves into garden composting. Fallen tree limbs and wood ash. Got it. Some plants. Yep. Pigs and chicken get the rest. Table scraps. Yep. And Yushia says, yep. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. It was so vague. It was almost like, we're just going to say this and no one's going to notice. So apparently people did notice. But yeah, no, window liquor. I actually have one of those composting tub. It's not a tub. It's like it's the wheel of composting. I'll put a post. I meant to do it today, but once again, I was just super busy. I have one of those rotating composter thingies, and you put stuff in it, and you just kind of like, I turn it like every day, and then like leave it laying. I put all the ashes from the fire inside of it. It gets all my coffee grounds and organics and pretty much anything that I don't want to grow again someplace. Matter of fact, when I tore all my tomato plants out, those are the first things that went into it. But yeah, I'll send a picture. It's actually pretty cool. I got it from a very good friend of mine for free, and I was like, yeah, I'll do those. All right, I think I got enough light, and I've got a coffee cup. We're gonna make some coffee. Here we go. All you do is you put the coffee cup there, and then you put it just like that, and then you just push it down. Oh yeah, making that coffee. Making that coffee so hard. It's going to be so good. And it's actually kind of going a little bit slower today because I put more coffee in it just so I'd be able to make more than one cup of coffee while I was out here. Where are we at? There we go. Let's see what I got here. It's still not full. It's like, it's just draining really slowly. Making that coffee. Ah. Drip, drip, drip. Making the coffee. I got enough to drink. Why is it's like the coffee ground sucked up all my water? Huh? I'm gonna have to make some more. But I'm gonna drink some of this first. Ugh. Let me pour some more water on that. All right, good stuff. All right, what do we got? Oh, it smells good. Oh, no, that's not right. Come here, you. All right, stop it. With them weakening the military, I'm into composter, not coffee thing. Well, um, so what what the military has been focused on for probably the last 2 years, they kind of sensed that things were winding down in Afghanistan, and they started to sense the threat that was coming out of China. So what you might want to look up is something called a near-peer adversary. Basically, going up against guys that are as good as you are, that have equipment as good or better than what you have, and being able to fight them. Because the U.S. military has always had the every advantage on the battlefield, every single advantage on the battlefield, which is why we've been able to win for so long. It's how we were able to take down Iraq, the very first time during the Gulf War. The 100-hour war. Let that sink in for a second. We own the night. Well, when you don't own the night anymore, then that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't work anymore. So look up near-peer adversary. All right, what do we got? Somebody chatted something, you guys. You're keeping me busy, and I like it. I think these world leaders are on the same team, picking who gets genocided. I don't think any of them care about the people. I agree. I worked in government for 33 years, and I'm going to say something, so hopefully it won't offend anybody, but their level of give a fuckness is very evident. It's very, very evident. Being a government employee used to be about serving your country. Specifically doing it after being in the military used to be about serving your country. Now it's all about protecting your job. It's all about maintaining your status, your position, because it's not like you can be fired. You can be transferred. If I had my way, I would transfer all the scumbags to Adak, Alaska, and then make them quit. Give them Tandy 1000s to do all their homework on. I would just make their lives hell, and that's how you get rid of bad people. There's a deer over there. Nice. What do we got here? Funny lefties are pissed. Oh, got some good news for you. Juan, nice for you to jump in. What did Juan say? Let's see here. God is in control. Sometimes God does what he hates to accomplish what he loves. Very poignant. Very poignant. It is what it is. I have to tell you, Juan, I'm not very religious. I would say I'm probably a little bit more spiritual. But I'm a firm believer in your or anybody's right to believe whatever they want to believe, as long as they're not hurting someone else. Okay, so what do we got here? Damn it. Support for gun law is waning so low, or new gun laws is lower than it's been since 2014. So the lie is running out of steam. Thank you, Juan. Irish Pepper, good evening. Good evening. Wait a minute. It's probably morning there for you, right? If you're in Ireland. I don't know. I know the UK's 5 hours difference, but hell, you're almost on the other side. Oh, I guess you're 4 or 5 hours difference, so it's the middle of the night for you. Holy shnikes. Unless you're just in, like, Arizona or something. What do we got here? The ceiling fan is on second gear, and when I'm hitting... it just duck. Okay. I don't know what that means, but it sounds fun. Let's see here. But yeah, apparently the lie about the danger of guns is losing steam, which is great. Which I'm sure they're just dying for the Rittenhouse case to be able to do something about with. Oh yeah, first sips. Oh, that's good. On a side note, the Rittenhouse case. They asked for a mistrial today, and they didn't get it, but it isn't off. It is not off the table yet. It has something to do with the video, which I'm not going to explain too much about. If you've been watching, you'll know. If not, it's nothing really big to worry about. The important thing is going to be if they can get a mistrial with prejudice, because that means that he can walk. And if they can't, then the state has to retry it again, and they do not look happy. The look on that dirtbag lawyer, that dirtbag prosecutor, was priceless when he asked for a mistrial. What do we got here? Someone was talking to me. Okay. The defense attorney should have pushed the judge harder, though. He was right there. Defense needed to push him. Well, you know, I think that the defense is pretty much, these guys all know each other, and they all know their backgrounds and political affiliations. Today they talked about that they had all been prosecutors at some time in their careers, so they know each other. But they obviously have two completely different jobs right now. But I honestly think that the request for a mistrial was a tactical decision, knowing full well that the judge wouldn't go for it because there's a lot of variables, but basically the prosecution may not want to try him again because they'd have to go through this all over again and look like fools again, because he should have never been charged. After they got rid of the fifth count, after the judge dismissed the fifth count, which was the basis of all charges, there was a realization by everybody who was watching it that it should have never happened. It should have never, ever been brought to court. 48 hours they charged this kid. 0 investigations. Yeah, I'm regurgitating. I'm sorry. But I'm just passionate about, it's like, do your freaking job. Do what you're supposed to do instead of what somebody's telling you to do. And that's why this kid's on trial. All right. So, Yoshia, you typed something that requires me to push a button. So I'm going to see what you typed, and I'm pretty sure it's completely benign. I'm going to read it out loud. It's all in gray. I really can't see it. Man, I'm going to have to... Which one of you joked about me putting my readers on? I hate those things, but I use them when I have to read the Chinese instructions. This is a world stage. You know what? I can't read it, Yoshia. I'm just going to trust you. Show. Boom. It's going to pop up in the chat now. Boom. Okay, this is a world stage that we live on. It's all shit show that we are watching. Yeah, absolutely true. Absolutely 100% true. They're all in cahoots. These lawyers are drinking after lunch saying, John, you really kicked my ass today, you son of a bitch. That's really what is going to happen. But it's not going to happen with that skinny prosecutor, because that guy, he's scum. That guy is dirt. He can't find it. But you know what? If I were in trouble, I might want him to be my lawyer. Think about that for a second. Okay. So it looks like the fire's good. Got my coffee going. We're trying to read this stupid thing. Where are we at here? Infrastructure bill mandate. No, we talked about that. Oh, yeah. If once again, another article that nobody knows about because the mainstream media doesn't talk about it. U.S. District Judge in Alabama, the new infrastructure bill tax mandate. He struck down a part of the law that says that they can't use federal funds to offset state taxes. So basically, the state of Alabama wants to use infrastructure bill money to offset the cost of taxes to the citizenry. Wow, that's pretty smart. You gave us the money, and yeah, we want to use it. We want to use it for this, that, and the other thing, right? Oh, no, you can't do that. Yes, we can. The judge ruled that it was considered a federal invasion of state sovereignty. Where else have we seen this state sovereignty issue come up in the last week? Oklahoma, the National Guard. They said, we work for the governor. We don't work for the federal government, so we're not taking the jab. Federal government responded today saying, well, you have to do this for your readiness to deploy, blah, blah, blah. And it's still in argument right now. No one's really doing anything about it. But, I mean, the federal government makes a good point as far as for deployment, but where are they going to deploy the National Guard to? We're not in Afghanistan anymore. No. So I saw that, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. Whoever just put that word, that nasty S word in there, we're going to talk about that. So basically, the federal government is just snapped back like a dog on a chain. They have no leg to stand on. The only way they could literally do anything to make those guys take the jab is to federalize the entire Oklahoma National Guard. At which point they could all say, go away. But then they also had a bunch of JAG officers come on and say, well, you could remove the commission of the adjutant general for the National Guard, and then that would solve the problem. That wouldn't solve the problem because the governor would just appoint somebody else. And there was a third one. It's literally just making it all completely political. They don't have a leg to stand on. I think the Oklahoma National Guard is going to do just fine. Now, someone said secession. Oh, I don't want attention. Okay, what do we got here? All right. World stage. How long before we start seeing secessions? I was talking to a good friend of mine. I'm going to read these other ones too. City officials should be on trial for dereliction of their duties. Kyle shouldn't have to defend the city from rioters, not peaceful protesters. Someone in office should be accountable on that stand. Yeah, well, that word accountable, that only applies to people that are on the lowest end of the spectrum. Those are the only people that ever get held accountable. Once again, checks and balances that don't exist. No one is above the law, but there's a two-tiered law system. That's not written anywhere, but we know it exists. Hillary Clinton. But the secession. So I was talking to a good friend of mine, and that person brought up, we already have 27 states in federal court right now fighting the mandate. And they've looped them all together. I really wish they wouldn't do that, but they did it anyway. Because I would love to just pummel the Supreme Court for 27 different states' lawyers. I can't remember the name of what they actually call those guys. Solicitor General. But the Supreme Court has not said anything about this, but that 6th District Court shutting this whole thing down, that holds significant weight, because the next step is the Supreme Court. It holds significant weight, and the court in the past has not wanted to take up cases where district courts have basically said, shut up, you're wrong, this is illegal, it's unconstitutional. Because if you have a either 3, 6, or 9 panel forum of judges in the district court that say, no, it's not constitutional, then taking it to the Supreme Court, you're kind of wasting the Supreme Court's time. Now, if say it was 9 judges and it was a 5-4 win for us, they might take it up. They might look at it. They might push it back down to the lower court, to the district. But likely, no, not very likely at all. What do we got going on here? People are chatting and saying stuff. Man, you guys are killing me. I'm gonna have to find an easier way to read this. Maybe a tablet or something. Okay, what makes me mad is, and this is from Ishura, what makes me mad is that one soldier who spoke out on all the higher ups for the mess in Afghanistan was put in jail, but all the generals are still walking free. Yeah, I hate to do a little shameless self-promotion, but look through my videos, bro, and you're gonna find one that I actually did. Being a former Marine myself, kind of understanding how Marine officers work and the officer corps in general works. Um, I completely understand why he did it. I completely support his actions. And I even say in the video that I'm kind of programmed to not do that. But right now I have to do it because he's right. He's right. I don't know if you guys have been seeing these 13 flags all over the damn place. I went to a horse show this weekend, and they had 13 horses with 13 flags draped over the top of them. Sorry, I'm a little choked up. I'm gonna put some wood on the fire. Okay. And it really bothers me when people quickly forget about those guys. Those guys didn't have to die. Could they have died? Yes. May they have died? Yes. Did they die? Yes. But did they have to die? Did every possible effort take place to try to ensure their safety? Now, I've been on a few Neos, so I understand exactly how they fucking work. And screaming about, I was watching senators talking yesterday about how, can you tell me that all of those people were screened before they got on those C-17s? No, they weren't, because that's not how they do that. They put them on the aircraft and they take them someplace else and they screen the fuck out of them. That's how they do it. And they know that. They're just trying to be political artists and tear up a lefty. Now, granted, the secretary or the director of Homeland Security, the guy's an idiot. He's absolutely an idiot. He's telling you all day long, I'm doing a great job. I'm the best guy there is for this job. We're doing super. We have nothing to work with when we started, and we're building it back. We're building it back so much better. People coming over a fucking border, 1.3 million unaccountable. You're not doing a good job, man. You're not doing a good job. What do we got? I know I keep saying that over and over. It's too many years as a jarhead. Thank you for your service, battle buddy. Yeah, man. The power of two. No one disappears when there's two dudes. It's like the army of one. No, never gonna happen. There's always two. What do we got here? We are already in a police state, to an extent. But hey, check this out. It's at the bottom of my notes, but it's perfect for the situation. So I was watching the very end of the end of the day for Rittenhouse case today, and apparently there was a clash between supporters of Rittenhouse and the BLM. And then when you watch the video, it's these skinny little women they're dressed like they know they're gonna stand in the cold weather for hours on end. They're just like in poofy jackets and stupid Elmo hats, and they start like yelling, right? And these are like, they're crazy women. They're crazy. You just look at them, you're like, that chick's crazy. And so she's grabbing signs, and then she's like trying to frickin' be mean. I mean, she's an instigator. There were 3 of them. And they tried to make a bad situation worse. Where have we seen this before? We've seen this someplace else before. Yeah, January 6th. So if you're paying attention to any of those things, and also if you're interested, to the new people, I'm going to say it again. We use the Wire app, and we talk all day long about this kind of stuff. The neat thing is, it's a great source of intelligence, because people within our group or within our community, I like that better, are talking every single day, and they're passing along links and articles and just communications and talking with each other about what's happening in their world, and it's way over the top. It's not, oh, the shelves are empty. That's not what we talk about. We talk about, oh, hey, oh, by the way, we just had a freaking security alert, and the FBI is now on to this guy, and this guy. And it's all because somebody has some kind of connection someplace, or they're reading a specific article, or they're getting some kind of alert on their phone, and they share it with everybody, But yes, Irish Prepper, that's exactly what they're doing. They're instigators. They're paid instigators. I'm going to go out on a limb and say they're paid instigators. The funny thing was, the cops that are manning the doors, they literally just went over and snatched those people up and drug them into the courthouse and arrested them. It was actually kind of funny to watch their little plan blow up. Now, the bad news is that somebody was watching. That's how these people work. Somebody was watching those instigators who was part of the plan, and they said, that's what they're going to do to us. So next time, we don't attack so close, because they were right on the steps. Next time, we try to stretch things out, kind of trying to draw them out to make that arrest, and then we can cause some real shit. That's what I would do. That's a tactically smart move. All right, time to make some more coffee. Go. And you don't have to do that, by the way. You just have to put it on there. It's like a little pressure thingy on the bottom. I may have put too much coffee in it this time, because this is not draining fast at all. It normally like flies down in there. Let me see if I can see. It's more like a percolator now. Shit, I'll just set it over there and watch it for a second. Oh, what do we got here? Antifa tend to shoot themselves. Yeah, I love that video. It's a little old, but yeah, it's pretty funny. Oh, Juan, what did you type, man? It's all, see there, Juan? Look what you did. You made me have to push a button. YouTube doesn't think what you're saying is important. They think that you're a radical. I don't fucking know. I'm gonna push show, and we're gonna see what it looks like. Everybody will see it. What do we got here? So Juan said Antifa are petulant children who never got spanked as kids. Agreed, 100%. Somebody find me the 100% emoji, because that's exactly what they are. I call it Arrested Development, and I'm not talking about the TV show. Now, the sad part is that these people, there's a very good chance that some part in their lives, their early lives, developing, becoming adults, that, oh shit, good thing I caught that. That they were actually good kids. And then there's a very good chance that their radicalization started in high school. But it was all very, very subtle, very easy. And then when they got to college, well, there's no real critical thinking being taught in college anymore. I mean, you can really look at it. There's only a few colleges out there that are still teaching critical thinking. And so the programming began. It's pretty sad. It's pretty sad. So if you guys don't know, I actually have 6 kids. Woo! And now I'm going to break your brain. I have 15, maybe possibly 16 grandchildren. And I worry about every single one of them. And I've got my favorites. I've got this one who's going to a private school. And she's smart as a whip. She just started. She just started the 1st grade. And she's already reading at a 3rd grade level. She's already doing crazy math, and she's super independent. She was at this horse show I was at. She rides her own horse. She just, whatever. No one watches her. Everybody knows her. And academia is going to try and destroy that girl, because if they can't control her, they have to destroy her. And I'm worried about that. But that's still some years down the road, and God knows, I hope we would be able to fix this crap before that stuff happens. Okay, what do we got? Let me check the chat. Just true. Let's see what we got. I've got to have 5 pages of notes. So I basically have 50 more minutes that I'm going to stream because I promised somebody that I'd be off by 9. And we're getting close to that. Nice. All right, what do we got here? U.S. District Court, judge. Okay. So true story about the, what do we got? That control and destroy. Yep. So, what the hell was I just reading? Oh yeah. So there's still the battle for likes, and they still haven't changed it. If you haven't heard this yet, YouTube is getting rid of the dislikes. You'll only be able to see if you give it a thumbs down, but you'll be able to see all the thumbs up. And the reason is because the White House doesn't want people to know how much they're disliked. They actually have this little game that they play where they start to they live stream something, right? So the live stream for the COVID brief was the second it came on, okay, was 74 thumbs up and 1,000 thumbs down. It's pretty simple math at that point. And during that COVID brief, it kind of skimmed over the numbers, and I was like, wait, that doesn't really make any sense. So according to the CDC's brief this morning, we are averaging, as a nation, 83,671 new cases per day. We're also averaging 5,333 hospitalizations a day. And we are averaging 1,030 deaths per day for a nation. Any death is wrong, or any unneeded death is wrong. But then when you do the numbers, so the case to hospitalization, okay? So case to hospitalization is when you catch COVID and you go to the ER, okay? 0.0637%. That's insane. It's so small. The case to death ratio is 0.01231%. So it's still just over 1%. Yeah, I think I'm going to stay on my current plan and not worry about getting sick. All right. What do we got here? We talked about OSHA suspending the litigation until litigation is done. Oh, I'm not sure if my Canadians are here. I know I've got a couple of them, and I know one of them is in British, like Monashia Prepping, I think, is in British Columbia, and they were talking about flooding in that area for like the last 2 days. It basically shut down the trains, so now their supply system into that area is really broken. Not good, not good. If you are Monashia Prepping, get on the Wire app so we can talk to you. Where are we at here? Okay, so now for some fun talk. I may lose some viewers on this one. All I can say is I prefer discourse and not discord. So one of the videos that came out today is from Canadian Prepper. And I was really taken aback by the video because it was literally just, I don't know, the words for, it's so hard for me to say something bad about somebody else. I'll read whatever that was here in a second, guys. He just seemed like he was trying to be way too real. I'm honestly wondering, and I don't want to get a big head because I only have like 500 something subscribers. And I will tell you that I asked yesterday for you guys to help me, and I want to thank you because we broke 550. We're at 562 at the time of this filming. And I'm sure some will move off. It's not a big deal. I've told you guys before, I'm not chasing likes and I'm not chasing a subscription. I'm trying to make a community of people who just talk to each other. But His video was all about him having a bad feeling. And then he tried to justify it by, like, when I was a psychology PhD candidate, and I'm like, and now you sell prepping supplies, and he makes a lot of money doing it, but it's like, maybe it was a situation where he got into the job and he was like, well, this really sucks. What the hell am I doing? Why do I owe $200,000 in student loan debt now? Well, this is stupid. I don't know. Nobody does, and no one's going to tell us. What I can tell you is I wrote down some of the things that he said. He kind of got a big head, and he was like, you know, I predicted this all, and here's the video. And it's like, okay, so that's a standard YouTube tactic to try to point you guys to the next video. It's one of the things that I stopped doing it, because just making videos at that level becomes so convoluted. You weren't actually talking to anybody anymore. You didn't have a message anymore. You were just trying to get people to like your shit. So that's why I stopped doing it and started doing it this way. And then he has the gall to say, yeah, that video's only got 4,000 views. Go ahead and take a look at it. 4,000 views. I mean, come on. This video will get 65, 70 views tops. 4,000 views, and you're scoffing at that? Maybe his head's a little too big. I'm not sure. Where are we at here? And then I noticed that he was getting his information from Inside Edition. Do you guys know what Inside Edition is? You might want to look it up. It's like trending themes, and someone was spotted half naked. Some star was spotted half naked on a beach, and look how bad their ass looks. That's what Inside Edition is. And then he said that it's like, well, you know, when like people start asking you questions, and they're they would never ask you those questions before, never thought about prepping, and now they want to talk to you. It's like the wisdom of the herd. You mean it's called fear? It's called fear prepping. So I'm wondering at this point whether he's using his psychological PhD. Yeah, moving the needle to be more commercial. Yes, very much so, Irish Prepper. Very much so. But you know, it's like, so I'm always trying to dial it back. I'm always trying to, like, when somebody says something that I automatically see as a load of crap, the needle pops, and I'm like always trying to push that needle back down so I can be more objective about things. It just wasn't easy today. And I started to realize when he said, where are we at here? He started talking about depression, and then he said he has momentary bouts of existential depression that creates clarity. I think the guy believes this bullshit just a little bit too much. In the military, they call it falling in love with your own plan. It's always a prescription for failure. He said he hadn't been distracted enough, and that's why he was thinking that way. And that he said he could see the whole chessboard. And here's the funny thing. Everything that he talked about, he literally talked about Chinese missiles, Korea, communications in Norway being cut. He's just like, he's grasping at straws because he doesn't understand what's happening. So here's, for those of you that wear your tinfoil hat a little too tight, and we all have them, this crap happens every stinking year. Every year. You can Google it. China tells their citizens to stock up on food because every year the Chinese power grid goes down during the winter. It's a huge country. Most of it is rural. They do it all the time. This is fear-mongering, guys. I got to put something on the fire. Let's see what that one does. That one's probably going to go up. That's all it is. It's just fear-mongering. And it really bothers me. I don't know. Maybe I'm too high-strung for this crap. I have officially lost my lighter. That's hot. I'm gonna let you cool down a little bit. I have no idea how I lost my lighter so quickly. Maybe it's a signal I should quit smoking. We'll just throw that in there. I'm not going to quit, though. They're just cigars. All right, what do we got here? Lucia has typed something. I'm going to hit show. I'm going to trust that you did not type anything crazy. Bro, I too would have depression if I lived in Canada. Laugh out loud. Trudeau is a communist. Yeah, the whole state is it's an entire socialist government. It's a completely socialist government. Have you ever noticed that we align ourselves with socialist countries, socialist governments, and then call them our friends? So, have you ever heard of something called ABCA or the ABCA agreement? Biden just updated it last month to call it something else, but they call it that because it's a military agreement to share information and intelligence information, things like that. It's mostly military, though. Just Google it. It's called ABCA, and so here's why they call it ABCA. America, Britain, socialist. If you don't know it, they're socialists. Canada, socialist. Australia, socialist. And they used to call it ABCAZ and for New Zealand. So we literally are entering into military agreements with people that are being shown to be our friends militarily and supposedly politically, but in reality, we're aligned with socialists. Let that sink in. That is a 20-year-old agreement. Let that sink in. This coffee is good. It's slightly cold now, but it's still good. What do we got here? The world is yours. Grab it by the nuts. That reminds me. My last organization, they have a catchphrase. It's called, and it was military, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. It's that easy. People who fight fair lose every single time. Can't live in fear. In fear of you dying. You don't make decisions correctly. I don't know what that means. Did you hear about how they considered or making a power bank out of humans? Yeah, they made a movie about it. There's another one. There's another version, or not version, volume of the movie. We're talking about The Matrix. But yeah, when they're like 3 so far, and then now they're making another one that comes out like in the next 6 months or something like that. Oh, side note, if you guys like Dune, finally got to go watch the new Dune. Super cinematic, super loud, but it's only part 1. I'm not going to give away any spoilers. It was not bad. It had a lot of details that the other movie didn't have. But if you're not ready for multiple parts, then you might want to wait until you can buy the box set. Where are we at here? Globalization is dirty too. Above is back. I still haven't hit my notes on you, Above. Don't run away, Above, because hey, Echo, there you. I haven't seen you in a while. I think anyway, because I've got a note in here about you, Above, and I don't remember why. What do we got here? Okay, so back to some of the facts, and I'm not gonna harp on Canadian Prepper, but he said a lot of stuff that was like completely 100% wrong. Okay, so where are we at here? He spoke as if no single country could stand on it on its own if all hell went to, if everything went to hell in a handbasket. He quoted the globalized marketplace, which does exist. No country has the ability to be self-reliant because it doesn't have an industrial base. He quoted the Chinese, or the chips are made in Taiwan, the labor comes from China, and the raw materials come from Africa. So every single time the United States has had to do something that separated us from the world, we just started making the shit ourselves. Maybe we need to have China go, we're not selling you shit anymore. I mean, what do they have other than penicillin and COVID that we can't make here? I'm sure there's some crazy mineral or something that we need. But you know what? During World War II, every piece of scrap went to the war factories to build planes and bombs and bullets and rifles. And if we did it once, we can do it again. And so maybe your new skillet isn't made of Teflon coated ultralight aluminum super duper titanium metal. Maybe it's made of cast iron. Oh, no. We've got more than enough natural gas. We've got more than enough oil. We've got more than enough ability to turn that oil into anything else that burns. I'm going to set my jacket on fire. Specifically in a fuel combustion engine. We have all that stuff available to us. We proved that over the last 4 years, minus the last 9 months, or 8 months, or 10 months, or whatever it is. Yeah, China, they make 87% of the medical items. But that's dynamite. Well, what if we didn't depend on the medical system so much? How did we survive so long under such a hard condition in the United States? How did we survive? Saying things like that. Yeshua, am I saying that right? I'm going to say your name right. I'm actually going to Google this later and make sure I say this right. Yeshua. How did America survive for so long without Chinese products? How did we do it? We're Americans. Innovation. Steadfastness. Rolling up our sleeves like the girl poster. That's how we did it. We didn't need China. We don't need China. If we stop worrying about our frickin' PlayStation 5s and start worrying about a small garden in our backyard, or if you live in the city, trying to get one to grow on your roof, maybe. Or maybe community gardens. They have tons of them. Maybe if we started doing stuff like that, we wouldn't care about China. And that's what they want. They want us to need them. But what if we didn't? What if we lived our lives where we didn't need to do that stuff? What if we stopped eating Burger King every other day? And don't get me wrong, I love me a Whopper. I truly do. In fact, I'm kind of on a no fast food diet right now. which really sucks every time I drive past a Taco Bell. But what if we did that? I mean, we're all preppers here. Wannabe preppers, are preppers, different stages of prepping. What if we just lived like that? What if we just cut out all of the craziness? Shop class in school. Duh, love it. Home economics. Love it. And see, hey, what's up, KY? Kentucky. I'm going to call you Kentucky because I don't like calling you Patriot Prepper. It's just too many syllables. I'm calling you Kentucky. And welcome. Thank you. Thank you for showing up, bro. But what if we did that? What if we just stopped needing these people so much, you know? But the chemical components to all medical medicine we take is hard because the components are imported from China. You're absolutely right. They absolutely are. How did we survive before they had all that, before they were feeding that all to us? That's the question I want you to answer. Yoshia, got him. I'm really sorry, man. Woman, I'm not. Are you a man or woman? Let me know. What do you identify as? And that's what I will use from now on. And I'm not joking. Where are we at? I actually called another dude who's in the chat all the time. I thought he was a woman like forever because I knew somebody with that similar name. I think if we had a grid down scenario that would teach a lot of people to be a lot more self-sufficient. It will happen soon. Cyber attacks more so commonly to prepare for the big one. Yeah, I mean, it's true. That's you know, the focus of all warfare now is not like it was during World War II. If we could destroy your home, if we could destroy your infrastructure, you couldn't supply your soldiers and we would win. Now, the type of, I'm a man, all right? Gotcha, bro. The type of warfare now is to remove, subdue, destroy the population without destroying the infrastructure. But identify as magic. My pronoun is the shaman. You can't say magic because that's another guy that I have a problem with too. I mean, that I really try to push the needle back on. But yeah, I mean, after he did that bucket review crap. Okay, let's move on to something more positive here. Oh, I'm sorry. If you guys follow Morphoggle, he's doing the shame shit today. I can't believe he was like regurgitating. So last September there was an explosion that ripped through a virus lab in Russia. And somehow it's made its way to being a second explosion at the same lab. And oh, by the way, they had smallpox. But when you Google all that crap, what pops up? Oh, 4 hours ago, 2 vials of smallpox or vials labeled smallpox were found in a Philadelphia lab. FBI is investigating. I mean, it's all fear-mongering. That's all it is. It's just fear-mongering. All right, what do we got here? Smallpox, no one cares. Oh, monkeypox virus infection confirmed in Maryland. Patient recovering in isolation. You guys want to see something really weird? Monkeypox. What do we got? Let's see what some of the stuff you guys are talking about. Let's see. What did I look? I built a steam engine out of an 8-horse engine. Oh, I like it. And steam engines been around a while, dude. Was amazing. We're losing knowledge. Yeah, we are. It's funny too because apparently all the knowledge is now on YouTube. You start downloading YouTube videos. If you don't know how to do that, let me know. I'll tell you how to do it. It's really easy. You know, I mean, EMP wise, you're screwed, but you're screwed anyway, right? Here's 2 things that I want to do. I want to make a fire water heater system. And it's actually really easy to do. I just haven't had time to do it. And I want to make an engine that runs off of smoke. That's pretty cool too. But I just don't know if it's worth my time when all I have to really do is put a little bit of money into solar panels and stick them out in the field and, you know, do things that way. It's a little more stealthy too. But it's really cool. Window liquor, that's awesome. Thank you, Thorn. Window liquor, my nouns, whatever, alpha male. Whatever, what are alpha male? I identify as a C-130 because I bring the rain. Dude, I used to love to call those guys. Yeah, I know how to do that too. Yeah, they just make shit fucking disappear. Unbelievable weapons platform. Unbelievable. Yeah, EMP Shield is a veteran-based company that works well on all vehicles and homes. Yeah, I had thought about doing that, but man, I'm telling you, that's not one of my concerns. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's not one of my concerns. I look at it this way. So you remember last month when Facebook went down for like 10 hours? People were like, yes! So why the hell would I be scared of an EMP? I'm going to make a fire. I'm going to cook. I got candles. Winter's coming. I have wood. Yeah. Don't be scared of an EMP because it's either going to do something bad or it's going to do something bad. There is no in between. And God forbid if you're anywhere near a target zone, you're going to be sucking radiation for a while. So, but will your car start? Doesn't matter. I have legs. I'm tracking with you, Shia. I truly am tracking with you, you know. But here's the thing. You're military. You ever see one of those EMP shields on a Humvee? I'll wait. I think I'm going to try. What do I do with my coffee thingy? There it is. This can is still hot to the touch. That is absolutely amazing. Where's my rack? There it is. It's funny, I keep making the coffee, but I'm not really drinking any of the coffee. It just gets cold because I'm running my suck. Sorry, give me a second. Drop my water bottle. All right, what do we got here? Oh, somebody wrote a whole paragraph. You've seen one of these things on a Humvee. I've driven Humvees. I had to go through driver's course 3 times because I kept rolling them over. But I've never seen that kind of that new technology box that you're talking about. I've never seen that on a Humvee. They have shielded parts, but I've never seen that on a Humvee. Let's see. When I was stationed at Fort Hood, Texas, I know that the base was hardwired for EMP shields. Very true. Yeah. Do you think that the health inspector and their FEMA goons will come around and collect everybody to the re-education center, or or more fear? Laugh out loud. I've leaked videos in Australia and other places. Yeah, Australia's out of control, man. I have friends in Australia that I've lost communications with. How the fuck did you roll a Humvee? It's not easy. It's not easy, but it can be done. It can be done. Not to get distracted, but yeah, and we're kind of lucky because that was when they were still all mostly soft vehicles, and our turret gunner, he disappeared, and we went looking for him, and he just kind of walked around like, oh yeah, I just sat back down inside. Bicycle, bro. Yeah, got 2 in my shed. Got to just get some extra inner tubes because they do dry rot. And then also, what do we got here? Little solar power fan. They can get over 200 degrees. Yep. I actually saw, what is it? Damn it. What is it? Lead Slinger? Or there's another prepper guy out there. There's a black dude. He lives in suburbia, and his big thing is solar panels. Lead Farmer. It's like Lead Farmer 63 or something like that. Good cat. Never talked to him, but I watch his videos. He's pretty sharp. What the hell are we talking about? Oh, he was talking about that today, having a low voltage heater fan for the winter. That he powers off of his solar generators. No shit, it's not easy. I'm gonna go ahead and say show Thorn. I'm gonna let that one come through. What the hell was somebody was station thermal boxes heat from the sun. They're awesome. Look into them. I was a gunner and I was kind of in the same boat. We hit a bottom out there and got launched. Yeah, it's no game. There's no seatbelt in that position. There's a belt to sit on, but there's no seatbelt in that, you know. And this was basically pre-OIF, so basically you had to freaking like hand turn the turret and everything. Where are we at? Monoshia showed up. Monoshia, we were talking about you. Where are we at here? Monoshia, hello from down but not out somewhere in British Columbia. So glad I'm prepped. Stores are picked over. Nothing fresh left in stores. Yeah, we were just talking about that about an hour ago. And the make sure my coffee's not overflowing. There we go. And then, but basically, it was the flooding situation wasn't making things great, and your trains basically stopped. So your supply system's really screwed. Where we got here? Can we post links? Yeah, you can try, bro. See if it'll come through. I don't know if that's a feature that's locked down on my page or not. I think that's a default. Internet in and out, rail down, and trucks can't get in, air only. Yeah, well, at least they're trying to do something. That's I've worked with the Canadians in the past, the Canadian military in the past, and apart from having to work through some of their French, depending on which part of the country they're stationed in, they're actually pretty good cats. They actually do a really good job. Where are we at? YouTube blocks links on live chat. Okay, well, if it doesn't come through, it doesn't come through. But here's the thing. Just wait until after. Well, tell us what you're trying to post. That way we have an idea. And then what was your MOS? I actually had 5 MOSs. I started out as an infantryman. And then I became a scout sniper. And then I did a little side gig. I got a little busted up, so I started doing side gigs. I spent a little time with NBC back when it was NBC. I became a marksmanship instructor. And I became a platform instructor. Let's see. I even did a stint doing alcohol counseling. And then I was a operations. Well, we can't talk about that. So, but yeah, did a lot of shit in 20 years. Let's see here. YouTube block links. So yeah, whatever link you're trying to post, just tell us what it is. What is a platform instructor? You in the military, in order to teach in a formal school, you have to be a trained instructor, and they called us platform instructors because that's what you stood on, the platform. That's where you taught from. But you had to go through a 6-week course to learn how to do it properly, and they actually are pretty. I actually achieved master instructor status, so I do know how to teach, and be articulate, and have charisma. But it helps. It really helps with the YouTube, I guess. What do we got here? Replace the with dot. Yeah. Hey, try that. Try the name of the website, and then type or space, and then dot, and then space, and then whatever. Master, teach us. Oh, that almost sounds a little dirty. Kung Fu. No. Yeah, I'll pretty much teach you guys whatever you want to know as long as it's not going to get me in trouble. Let's see, do no harm unless somebody comes to your doorstep and tries to do you harm. All right, so looks like I have about 5 more minutes, but I might just keep going. Somebody may not notice. I'm going to put more wood on the fire. Let there be light. I still haven't found my damn lighter. I have no idea where it is. Oh, you know what? I bet you, where am I? Ooh, that tin's still warm. Probably need to move it like way away from the fire. I'll take a picture of that later. What do we got here? What do we got here? Master teach us like YouTube.com. I got you. I mean, that'll work too. Yeah, whatever it is you're trying to post. If not, wait till the video finishes. By the way, you have a big lighter next to you. I know I tried doing that. Oh, there we go. I was trying to grab the stick, but the heat was coming through the center of the stick, and I couldn't touch it. But you know what? Now that I've got, maybe I'll stick that. The problem is this. It's not like a regular fire where you can just like push it in on the sides. Damn it! It's trying to get me. Maybe I'll try. Maybe I'll try. What do we got here? Yeah, it didn't work. Well, here's the thing. So I'm doing this from my phone, and all I can ask you to do, if you remember, is that when you live stream from your phone, the second I stop the live stream, the video becomes private and no one else can see it. Don't know why they do that. Just like we're about to hit 2 hours. I don't know if you guys saw that, but my live feed just snapped. It's a YouTube thing when you get close to 2 hours. So what I'll do is directly after shutting down the live feed, I will reset it to public, and then hopefully you'll be able to drop a link in the comments. Best I can do. But thank you anyway. What was it pertaining to? What was the subject? I mean, what was this link? What was this link you were trying to share with us? I think only mods can post links on some chats. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try and get one more cigar in before I have to run away. I really wish I knew where my lighter was. I put it in my pocket. I don't understand why I can't find it. Making no sense. All right, stick power. Christ, that is hot. Oh, somebody typed something here. Okay, Thorn typed something. What do we got here? YouTube.com/channel, blah, 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 blah. That's not a link. You just typed some crap there. Works for me. Okay. Oh, I remember now. Remember your live stream a few months ago? I asked about when is SH, and you said December. Why December? Oh, because that's when the budget. That's all budget related. So I don't know if you caught it or not, but I think I talked about it early on in the video. Basically, the government is going to be kicking the can down the road again, is what we're told. Yeah, December 3rd. But the Secretary of the Treasury came out today and said, God damn it, that's hot. Oh. You're going to burn your face off. Now I just got to keep this thing lit. Came out today and said, oh, we looked at the numbers and we can stretch it out to December 15th. So here's the thing. I don't want to combine. I don't like to combine. Thank you. I don't like to combine more than 3 events, because after that you're just grasping at straws. But It's basically solar heat. Yeah, that's interesting. Hey, you know what? Window Liquor, drop that in the wire chat, and then when I fix this video, I'll put it in the comment section. So supply chain issues, which by the way, there's 29% less boxes in LA right now, and Florida has basically said, bring your ships here, we'll turn them around in 1 day. And companies are going, whoa, that's a great idea. And that was actually in the news yesterday evening. I watched that. And then just all sorts of governmental problems. You know, everybody likes it. Never let a crisis go to waste. Remember that one? Financially, they want to raise. We did find out yesterday that they want to raise interest rates to 1%. At 1.6%, it's crisis level. So they're really walking us right to the precipice of the cliff. And then the Fed actually wants to raise interest rates to over 3%, and that will bring us into the Weimar region. If you don't know what that is, you might want to Google it. Hopefully you do. So why I picked December, it seemed like the most logical thing on the economic front. It's basically the cliff. And after the cliff, we have to decide what we're going to do. You know, so that's really what it comes down to. I hope that answers your question. Nope, people are typing shit. What the? Ah, God damn it. Sorry about that. There was... Shit. All right. There was treasonous Trudeau, laugh out loud. What a... Yeah, I know. Yeah, Trudeau, I don't know. It's not my country. I try not to worry about it. But yeah, I feel for you, man, because it's... The guy is just dirt. I mean, I think your next president, I think he should run, but he's just... I think his physical ailments won't allow him to, is, was it Jordan Peterson? That guy, I don't know if he'd make a good politician, but he'd definitely make a good leader. They're trying to fight inflation by forcing hyperinflation. Well, here's the thing. You have to, the cycle is, and I did a video on this. No, I did do a video on it. But the cycle is inflation, deflation, hyperinflation. It has to happen in that order to get to hyperinflation, to get to the Weimar problem side. You can't jump directly to hyperinflation because you have to devalue the value of things. And that's what happened. Woo. I don't know what the hell that's all about. I just don't want to be caught on fire. Oh, yeah. I've said it before. I'll say it again. 12 Rules. Jordan Peterson. Look it up. The guy is phenomenal. He will make you question your entire life in 13 minutes. No joke, man. What we got here? Makes sense, man. I appreciate you backing it up. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Use their money and turn it into assets. I don't know what that means. We just refinanced at 2.7% today. Mail offer 1.9. Stupid. FOCO. I don't know. I can tell you that they're calling. They called it today. I've watched several real estate financiers today. And it's really boring crap, to be honest with you guys. I hope you never want to watch this kind of stuff. But I do it for you, man. Anyway, they're calling it they called it the Great Exodus. It's where people were moving into all these really uppity blue class neighborhoods and buying up all the property and like moving there, you know. And they're calling it over. So now the housing market is about to have problems. Will it crash? I don't know. What I can tell you is that I personally know a handful of realtors, and they all tell me over coffee that no one's buying anything anymore. Yeah. You know, if they were doing 10 a month, they're now doing 1 a month. It's all because of the raised prices. Everybody jumped in on it. They started selling these $10,000 properties for $100,000 because everybody was scared and trying to move out of New York City. It's all over with now. So you got all these people that are paying to like have a $400,000 house built, and yeah, it's a problem. It's a problem. I did his course in Toronto. He really is wonderful. Everyone should check him out. I agree. Oh yeah, yeah. I caught on to him a couple years back before he started making the run, before he started like telling all these crazy brain people in colleges that they were wrong. Watching, you could watch his old lectures on any particular subject on YouTube, and it's just awesome. It's just the guy is awesome. Where are we at here? Makes sense. All right, no one talking. I'm going back to the list. Fire's still running. I still got a little bit of coffee, and I'm on a cigar. I'm on my last one, actually. Let's see. I'm going to hit it again. New subs that I found today. Miss Tiffany 96, welcome. And Grow with the Flow 13, welcome. We talked about the Rittenhouse agitators. Southern Prepper 1. Good to go. Stay classy. That's like my favorite thing. If you ever catch a meme from me or a GIF, it's always going to be, it's science, or I don't believe you. Unbelievable. That movie is so meme worthy. It's so catchphrase worthy. It's just worth watching over and over. Smelly pirate hooker. But Southern Prepper 1 dropped a video a couple hours back. Really good video. He does pretty good work. I'm not a fan of his prepper news. That's not really news. But today he did a really good video on I'm sorry. And it was his thumbnail was clickbait. But it was on if your GPS doesn't work. Well, I'm not sure why your GPS wouldn't work. Someone tell me about how Soviets shoot down satellites. We've been able to do it for years. But the basically maps and where to find maps. And I recommend you go look at his video because he can give you an idea of where to get free maps. And if it's free, it's for me. So I will be going to some places that I hadn't thought about because of his video. And I will be looking for free maps of my areas. Maps are good. And being able to read a map it's a perishable skill. It's something you should learn how to do, Know your surroundings. Exactly. There's a lot to be said for stuff like that, do you like my new thumbnail? Hey, do you like my new thumbnail? I don't know, Monashia. I didn't see your new thumbnail. But I will look. I promise I'll look. Okay. Where are we at here? So yeah, watch his video. I think it's like 8 minutes long. It's good. It's good gouge. The circle beside my name. Oh, I see. Oh, that thumbnail. What do we got here? I'm going to have to look at it on a big computer. I can't see what that is. I really wish I could, but I can't see what that is. Someone else give their opinion. Tell me what you think about Monashia's thumbnail. But I will look at it. Rest stop normally have free maps. Very true. From detailed small area and map, I print them off of Google Earth. Yeah, I mean, that's a good one. You can also get excellent topo maps from the USGS. You can actually get a PDF from the USGS for free. You put in your zip code, and if you fall into that bracket, they'll send you a PDF of that area, which is actually pretty cool. Now all you got to do is find a place to print it off. Which I have already procured and will be doing, and then maybe laminated or something. Where are we at here? Oh, if you're watching the video, do me a favor, check your subscription status. YouTube has been unsubscribing preppers from their favorite prepper channels. And what they've been doing lately is really sneaky. Instead of just unsubscribing you, they're turning off your notifications. So what you need to do is make sure that little bell is on for all notifications. And if you haven't noticed, I've been doing a lot more of the YouTube posts because a lot of people don't do the Facebook or the Twitter thing, and not everybody is inside the Wire app. So basically just like what's going on during the day. Maybe I see something that's important, or maybe it's just like the question of the day or something. Yes, I remember that. I remember that because I remember I sent you a message, I think, and said, hey, check your subs. I'm curious if this happened to you. And sure as shit, it did. We said where were we at? Great Migration is over. Oh, look at that. That's timing, guys. That's timing. Well, unless you guys have something you want to talk about, I'm going to call it because I have to get up at 6:30 in the morning and go work out because that's what I told myself I'm going to do. So I'm going to stay on long enough to smoke the rest of this cigar, and then I got to go. So what would you like to talk about? What? And I'm going to get one of those mugs. I actually have a picture of what I'm going to order. It says, what the hell does it say? I'm a prepper, ask me questions or something like that, you know? The Wire app is highly recommended. Yes, sir, it is. It is. I mean, from day one, Kentucky jumped in and yeah, we just started talking. What do we got here? Ever looked into a big disaster? You take a sealed, wait a minute. Ever looked into a big digester? You take a sealed compost bin and it creates a gas. Okay, so I'm gonna read this other thing too, and I'm gonna answer that window liquor. I am off here soon too, going to work on the sailboat in the early morning. Yeah, good stuff. Okay, so window liquor. I actually am very serious, and I don't know. Hold on a second. Of course, I'll let this damn thing go out. Shit. All right, cigar's done. I'm done fighting. I'm done fighting with it. I actually, at one point, looked into creating a methane generator by diverting my toilet into a very large dome-shaped ground pool and pumping that back to my stove. I've seen it done. I've seen people do it. I've seen people build these things with those. You ever seen those kitty turtle-shaped sandboxes? It looks like a giant turtle, and you can pop the shell off of it. And what they do is they put all the plumbing in it, and then they seal the shell top. And so literally it's like poop in, methane gas out. And it goes, the only thing you have to do is you have to change the valves on your stove, or you just have to buy a stovetop that is made for methane. And it works, and it's free gas. No problemo, making plenty of that. Now, I'm not sure how much like the heating system, a gas heating system in your house would use, but it's more than enough. They say about a week after you create this device, you never have to pay to cook your food ever again. It's that easy. They use them. They use them in very bad countries. Most of them that I've seen are in Africa, and they work really well in dry environments. The cold does affect them a little bit, but they're not too hard to make. So I have looked at that. And I think that may be something I look at again. You probably have to like retrofit something with a quick adapter so that it makes the gas for you, and then vents off excess over pressure. And then if you needed it, then you just hook up your little stove to it, and boom, you're cooking. All right, so Irish Prepper, have a good night. Catch you later. You too, Irish Prepper. I appreciate your time, man. I truly do. What other subject we got here? It's only 9:05. I'm only 5 minutes past my time limit, but I still have a little coffee left. And the coffee was good. I won't put as much in there. Expansion tank for sure. Yeah, I just don't know enough about the technology. I'm sure it's simple, but maybe the expansion tank vents into, maybe your main tank vents over pressure vents into an expansion tank that you can use. Well, hell, maybe that make your and pop off valve. There you go. And then make that your primary tank. Your actual expansion tank would be your primary tank. And then that way everything would always be under pressure. And then if you ran through your expansion tank, which was now your primary tank, you could flip your valve over and all that pressure would go into the expansion tank. Oh, I think I just solved it all by my little lonesome. Good idea, man. Thank you for your brain power. I'm very surprised no one has come to bang on something to get my attention yet, but I'm going to stay here until, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stay here. What else we got? We got 9 people in the chat, according to my little tickler up here. What else can we talk about? Something good. And before I forget, I don't know if the weather's going to hold here for a live chat tomorrow. If it does, it does. I'm thinking of doing it on the weekend. I'm going to be someplace else at an alternate location. And the sound won't be as good, and I'll probably do it, with my laptop, and it'll look a little different than this, but I may do it anyway. Someone's typing something. I can feel it down in the cockles of my heart. Someone is typing something that's going to blow me away. I'm off. Monashia is leaving. Have a great night, ladies and gents. Peace be with you. Monashia, thank you for dropping by. Appreciate your time. And obviously you'll hear from me again. So Monashia left, and we actually jumped up in viewership. Interesting. I think the YouTube thing is all stupid. Thorn, later, preppers. If you're not on the wire, you're not getting my good morning prepper. I say it every morning that I have the chance to. That fire really worked out. I didn't go through half the wood that I thought I was, but that fire got hot. So I'm pretty sure that was, I got it right. That wood that I used last night just wasn't seasoned long enough. I'm very surprised I didn't have dessert. And it's too late to eat now. If you guys aren't fasting, I really recommend that you do it. It sounds worse than it really is, but basically I'm on an 8 and 16 fast. I do it all the time. I mean, I've been doing it for 6-7 months now. But it's really good for you because it's simple too, because hours are hours regardless of what you're doing. So basically, I don't eat anything until noon. And I don't eat anything until after 8, or I don't eat anything after 8 p.m. And I can have 3 meals in that period of time if I really want to. Yeah, it works. What do we got here? Damn, my eyes just quit working. How many trying to learn old school remedies, medicinal plants and such? And that's coming from Kentucky. Breakfast makes you weak. Aha. Toronto Road Wars. Hey, dude, I haven't seen you since the last stream, but thank you for showing up. Monashia just left. So yeah, I don't know where you're. Oh, you're in Toronto, dear her. They're in British Columbia. But anyway, yeah, I used to say that when I was on active duty, because I would only eat 1 meal a day, and it was always supper. And people would ask me, why don't you eat breakfast? Why don't you eat lunch? And I'd be like, food is for the weak. What do we got here? We're past stocking beans and rice. Gotta grow, build. Yes, 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 yes. I finally got my potatoes in today. I'll probably shoot you guys a picture of them in one of the YouTube posts. Um, but trying to learn old school remedies. Yeah, I'm actually into that kind of stuff. I wish I had more time to study it. The biggest problem that I find is finding a color picture or color drawing book of herbs and trees and spices and whatever you would do to do these old remedies. Now, are they going to replace penicillin? No, they're not. No, they're not. But you know what? What is it? I want to say contrite, and I know that's wrong. Colloidal silver in multiple formats does so much, even to the point, believe it or not, Walmart is selling it in a gel form. And they're also putting it in all of their trail first aid kits. It works. It's like Neosporin, but it actually promotes healing and fights bacteria. I know people who drink that stuff. What do we got here? Toronto Road Warrior. I have not looked into these, but apparently most old witchcraft books are full of herbal remedies. Huh? I didn't know that. My big thing is I got to know what the hell. Every time I think about wild stuff, it really intrigues me. There is a giant. I think it's a mushroom. It's mushroom based, or maybe it's algae based, or something. It's this giant thing. It's like they call it the bread of the forest, or something like that, and it grows on the side of a tree, and you can literally just like slice this thing into pieces and fry it up like a steak. And I just think that that is so awesome. But I always think about that. There's a movie about that guy. It's a true story about this guy who just walked into the woods and frickin' never came out. He eventually gets eaten by bears, but he is living in a bus in the middle of Alaska, in the Alaskan forest. How the bus got there, I couldn't tell you. It's wintertime, and he's slowly starving to death. And he like starts to lose his mind, and he eats some herbs that he thinks is one thing, and then the next day he's like, oh, my stomach, and he's really like in unbelievable pain, and he's going through his books, and he's like, this is will kill you, it looks just like this that won't kill you, and like he's, oh my god, and he realized he just killed himself. So I always think of that, and I really don't want to eat anything that's going to kill me. All right, where are we at here? Take the pine sap, heat to the night to the right temperature, and it will set up solid to make a hardened glue for arrowheads. Nice, nice. I know of people that have used pine sap to seal wounds. So yeah, I'm so smart. I'm a smart guy. No, I really don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But yeah, I know that people have done that to do. I'm also really intrigued by there's actually a lot of studies that have been done and proven to be true about the treating wounds with sugar. A lot of people, what they would do is they would just pour it into the wound and then frickin' put a dry bandage on it, and it fought infection. It's antimicrobial, and it promoted healing. It actually healed faster than using modern means. So there, you've been taught. The master instructor has spoken. Yeah, whatever. I don't even know where that certificate is anymore. Okay, what do we got here? Who's talking about? I saw bark. Bark, bark. You can eat bark if you are desperate in the inside. If you're desperate in the inside layer of a lot of types of trees, maple tree tap and bucket with hose, you can make maple syrup. Yeah, if you can cook down enough of it, that's the problem with it. You got to cook it down. But it's still edible, I guess. Okay, well, I think I've got a few more minutes. I want your lighter. Thank you. So someone brought me a lighter. I get to stay, guys. Now it's going to be really awkward because when I do these streams,
you're always alone.
It's just me, and now someone else is here watching my every move. She's watching me make the bread. What? I did get a lighter out of the deal, so. What do we got here? Where are we? Battery power's at 15%. So if I disappear, you know why. I'm sure I'll get another more. Into the Wild, yes. It's a great movie. So I was sad to see that kid die, but it is what it is.
He died?
He died. Birchwood syrup water is beneficial. In what way? Window liquor. In what way? How's it beneficial? Do you rub it on you? Do you drink it? Oh, Shiat. We still going? Nice. Above. Yes, we're still here. Yeah, I thought I was going to leave, but I just kept going, and story of my life. Just when you think I'm done, I just keep going. Anywho, so yeah, I'm curious about that Birchwood. But
is that like birch beer?
No, Birchwood syrup plus water is beneficial. Whatever the cigar goes, whenever the cigar goes, my boy. I don't know what that means, but I'm going to say thank you. No, I think you're referencing when I said the cigar's done. That's only because I couldn't keep it lit. I lost my lighter somehow. Between here and here. My lighter disappeared. Wherever. Oh, okay. Let's see. What else? What else are we going to talk about? Somebody else throw a subject out there, and we'll let the master instructor try to figure out if that's the truth or not.
Me?
No, me. Someone's trying to encroach on my YouTube time. Okay, dark winter. Let's talk about it. Okay, so during the wintertime, it gets darker. That's how much. Are you talking about Operation Dark Winter? It was a real thing. But it was just an operation, and it was just an exercise. So, and they did have it, and they actually had to stop it about 36 hours into it because they realized that there were no winners. Of course, they came up with no plan afterwards. You must fear everything. What? Who said that? Who's that? The unapologetic prepper. You must fear everything. I fear almost nothing. It gets me in so much trouble. I have so much brain damage from the military that I instantly move to the point of friction of everything. If you tell me that we're going to fight over a lollipop, I'm already 2 steps into that lollipop waiting for you to swing. But no, I don't. I fear very little.
But you're prepared.
Where are we at here? All the fear porn, bro. Yeah, I know. I think you and I are going to get along pretty well. I like the Shaka thing. I really do. And there's a reason for it. Hopefully you have a reason for it too that we'll have some common ground. I'm going to come in when this is done.
Have fun.
I really got to go. It was a joke. Yeah, no worries, bro. I know. I'm not worried about it. This is just YouTube. This isn't real. The people are either serious or they're not serious. And you know what? If we can't have fun, then it's really not worth our time. It's really not worth our time. And I try to have fun and stay as lighthearted and positive as possible. So, let's see. what could you guys are giving me so many subjects, and I mean my list ran out, and my list oh, it's all way over there now. What else? What else can we talk about as far as prepping goes? I haven't made one of those makeshift 2 bucket water purification things yet. Um, Honestly, I want to, but I've got I've got a solid well on the property. I've got a good stream couple miles down the road that I could use if I absolutely needed to. What I do need to do is I need to get an extra power box um, onto my well fuse system, so that if we do lose power, I can literally just turn off the ground based power and then turn on the solar based power, and then that way my well will still work. Oh shit! Damn, what do we got here? Tell us your thoughts about off-grid economics. Off-grid economics. I'm gonna guess you're referring to barter and trade. Oh shit! There's another one that came in. I'll tell you about that. Barter and trade. I think that's great. I think that right now, if we're not buying barter items or producing barter items, we should. Also, skills are an important part of off-grid economics. I mean, you think about the people. Think about the people that. Yeah, that's right. I figured you out, man. Think about the people who survived in the Middle Ages. They were the people that had skills, not the people that were willing to work, because that is serious. And that reminds me of one of your videos, unapologetic, um, about enthusiasm. You know, people that are willing to work, that'll just do the job, and they'll do it with a smile on their face. I remember that video of yours. Um, but the people who survived the Middle Ages were the people who had skills. People like, what is it? I want to say metalworker. No, it's not. Blacksmiths. Blacksmiths. Those were the people who survived the Middle Ages. If you think about it, the blacksmiths brought us into the 20th century, because everything that they did, we industrialized and made better. They're the ones who made the steel. You know what I'm saying? They're the ones who made the ore into the metal, into the steel. And we industrialized all that. And that was skill. And then the best guys who could make the best steel were protected. You had to have this guy, because he wasn't just the guy who made the shoes for your horse. He's the one who made your tools that gave you the ability to work your land, to hammer nails, and to create weapons of war. So I think that's skill base is important, but also the ability to grow things on at mass level. And even then, on the economy side, hey, listen, I know you live on the farm over, but if you come here every day and help me work this field, then I'll give you food to take home every day. And now you have labor, and you're still giving back so that he can take food to his family. There's a lot of different variables to that. It's actually very simplistic, and it's really all about just people being good to each other. I hope that answered your question, Apologetic. Let's see. What do we got here? Yeah, I think we do too. What do we got here? Birch produces minerals and good for antioxidant medicines. Gotcha. I gotcha. I still want to know, do you drink it? Or do you pour it on? I don't know. Because it's like you're making a syrup. So I don't know if I apply it to my skin or if I drink it, or both. I'm not sure. So if I fire up the still, make shine, got barter material. Absolutely, Kentucky. Absolutely. I kicked myself in the ass. I was well, I'm former military, so I can go on military bases. I was on a military base and I saw this. It was a 10-pack of those little 4-ounce bottles of vodka. And I don't drink a lot, so I didn't think anything of it. Right, my prepper brain wasn't on, and so I saw these, and it was $10 for 10 bottles, and I didn't think twice about it. And then people started talking about barter items. You never think about barter items until the shit's really like the possibility of something going bad, you know. And so I'm still kicking myself in the ass for not buying this because I have not seen that deal since. And I'm not really a drinker. I mean, I drink, but I don't drink that much. And let's see, what did Winter Liquor type here? I'm just going to trust you and push the show button. Okay, we do need the carbon fiber to feed the trees to create oxygen, so we all breathe these fuckers and the global warming. You got to love the carbon-free zones they're talking about. It doesn't make a lot of sense because the whole thing comes back to humans dying. Isn't that photosynthesis? Yeah, I mean, technically it is. Where are we at here? Drink it. Distillation is definitely thumbs up. Yeah. I've in North Carolina, where one of the properties is, it's against the law to even own a still. I mean, there's no way to prove that you're not using it for, breaking the law or making alcohol or whatever it is. But now in other states, it's not a big deal. But I figure, worst case scenario, I can just make a still. If you ever get in that kind of situation, the rules really don't apply anymore, No victim, no crime. Very true. Very true. I just found me a libertarian. Yeah. But the distillation thing too isn't just about alcohol because you can purify. Hopefully everybody knows you can purify water that way too. You can't drink a lot of it. You probably have to eat a lot of salt and take a lot of vitamins, but you can drink distilled water. It's just not super healthy for you. Hell, technically you can distill your own urine. And it doesn't even taste like urine. I've done it before, but it is what it is. Don't burn yourself, dummy. I'm still waiting for my jacket to burst into flames. All right, so it looks like we have a few more minutes and then I gotta go. I'm 38 minutes over my time. And I don't really think she cares, so. Don't label. Don't label. You don't know me, mister. I identify as an attack helicopter. I remember that one. That's the one that always sticks out when I started talking about the identity politics. I identify as a flamethrower. Fire is going out. It's perfect for cooking on right now. I had thought about on one of my videos to cook something while you guys were watching. But then I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going to want to eat it. And that would just be rude. Or maybe take a bite of it and go, it's good. And then it's like, oh, man, it's good. And it's going to get cold. I don't want my food to get cold. I am going to make some, I'm probably going to do it tomorrow if I can get my head out of my ass. You guys see me start these fires. I use the fireballs. And I don't know if you know what they are. You can actually make 100 of them for $3. And $3 in tax. And all you literally do is, I'm not joking, man, it's so simple and they work every single time, is you take a cotton ball and then you rub Vaseline, you rub it in Vaseline. You don't have to impregnate it because that's not what you want to do anyway. You just need to rotate it around there a couple times. And then you lay it down inside of a 3x3 sheet of aluminum foil. And it doesn't matter what kind you use. I actually use the heavy duty stuff because it forms a semi-waterproof barrier. And it also takes that Vaseline and kind of warms it up a little bit. And so it becomes just a little bit more pliable. And I just smash it down until it's like this little lump in the middle of a square after you fold it. And then all you got to do when you want to use it is you just take it and you just cut an X in the top of it and you fold it like you would open a potato. And then you fluff it up a little bit and you hit it with a spark and boom, it goes off. Well, the super fireballs I'm experimenting with is acetone. So basically just add another $1. And you could buy all this at the Dollar Tree. And then instead of using cotton balls, you use those cotton pads. They're the same exact price. You can get them for, I think it's either 100 or 200 for $1. And then you use acetone. And now where do you get acetone? Anybody ever look at fingernail polish? It's 100% acetone. Unless it's that green stuff. But anyway, it's acetone. And if you ever read the back of fingernail polish, extremely flammable, both fumes and liquid. So dip it in that and then spend another $1 and get 4 full-size unscented candles. And then you melt those in a can. And then you dip that acetone-soaked pad inside of wax and then put it out on a cookie sheet or put it on some kind of like cooking type paper. I can't remember the name of it. And then when you want to use it, you just break it. And oh my God, the thing explodes, but I don't know how long it's going to burn. So I have to do some tests on it tomorrow before I can even recommend you trying to do it. Also, I'm wondering if acetone, if there's any chemists in the group of you 10 people watching, if acetone eats wax. I'm very curious about that. So, that cigar's done. Okay, somebody said something big here, and then I'm gonna have to go. Okay, I appreciate your knowledge and your expression of beliefs. It takes a lot of guts. Take care. See you tomorrow. Thank you for your service again. You're awesome. Thank you for your service. Above, appreciated, completely appreciated, and you never have to say that again. Love you, man. Okay, battery power is now at 5%, so I must go. And as usual, until the next time, stay safe, have a great day, and yeah, I'm going to give it to you. Boop. Now I'm going to push that button. Have a great night, guys. Love you. Bye.